Straight away, Ronnie identifying the key ball to try and unlock this puzzle. Not sure if the red above the black goes to this right corner. I think it does, but
13.
more importantly, the red below the black went.
Comprehensive for the other 4 occasions. Most recently,
1.
in 2023, the Wuhan Open last 16, Ronnie quite easily dispatched Xi'an 5-1 in that game. This, of course, a best of 9 race to 5 for a place in the last 16.
He started off well here. That blue there putting him 64 ahead, 59 left. Feel one more red will just put this frame to
49.
bed.
I remember back in 2013 when I represented England at the World Under-21 Championships in Beijing as Ronnie O'Sullivan quite effortlessly floats that long red in.
1.
I remember seeing Xi'an at that Under-21 Championship. He was a 13-year-old then. Smallest little player you've ever seen. He was a tiny little thing, a little tartan waistcoat he had on as well. He could barely reach over the table, made the semi-finals of that event, lost to Lu Ning, who went on to win it, defeating Zhou Yulong in the final. He always looked a good player back then, and you probably fancied him to become professional at some stage, and I'm sure, as all young players do,
6.
you dream of moments like this.
You could see from that camera angle, just played a stun shot into the pack. Wasn't a great pack that you try and screw off. See there, if you screwed off,
21.
then it would have brought the white back towards the cushion. But again, that shot was made a little bit easier by the fact that, as usual, he was in absolutely perfect position. This has been a classic
22.
lesson in break building.
Yeah, nice pot from Ronnie. That red to middle was thinner than he would have liked. He just took a moment 2 shots prior to that on the black, just weighing up his decision as to whether or not to attack the pack again with that red being over the pocket. Decided against it. It's always such a privilege and a pleasure to see how Ronnie O'Sullivan goes about his business. There's always a way to it for him. With hand on table, this usually hits the leather.
1.
Fantastic strike. Not ideal on a colour, but at least the red's gone in. And a swift switch to left hand. No issues with this shot. Swinging the cue ball round. Such an advantage, not just to be able to hold the cue left-handed, but to be able to feel comfortable
3.
using the left hand and playing the same sort of shots you would do with your good hand. He doesn't have a good hand, they're both pretty good.
4.
Yeah, and he's so good at playing with his left hand. It's literally inspired a generation. I would say most young players' aspirations of being pro can knock in, if not centuries, 50 plus with their bad hand as such. Different opponent today. Again, a lovely shot there. Certainly an advantage to be able to play the left hand there rather than the rest. Again, it's not a question of being critical. It was
1.
such a bad hit that if you did slip, you'd nearly make a point of telling your opponent that you didn't miss it off your own back. The fact that he has a red close to the right corner, you can play this in fairly slowly.
It was a big shot for Xi'an to take on there because He didn't quite bring the cue ball back far enough from the blue, which meant it was thinner than he might have liked.
8.
Not just the execution of the shot, but the outcome was worst case scenario. If Ronnie can find his cue ball out for a colour here, he could be away. Oh, well.
9.
You'll take that, wouldn't you?
Would have liked to have an easier blue than this. Just needs the blue, so can just make sure of it. Clip it back into the middle pocket.
9.
Another well-played shot. Had to manipulate
46.
where the black went into that pocket. Playing with plenty of topspin, trying to force it round.
47.
And he's back in prime again.
Same thing's happened again today. You want to be a little bit disappointed. Just a
82.
couple of mistakes.
84.
Proved very costly. Not saying he would have went on to win it, but he'd still be playing and involved, and no mistake was greater than that brown he missed. He should have went 3-2.
87.
He felt the writing was on the wall. Ronnie going through the gears nicely. As I said earlier, plenty in the tank for the business end of the tournament. A lot of the top players are playing very well. You still would have to make him the favourite.
96.
And he's certainly put a better performance in today. This then, the pink required for career century. $1,266 tallied up for the Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's into the last 16.
Yeah, great way to finish for Ronnie. His first century of this tournament. The crowd have enjoyed. See there, the cameras are out trying to get pictures of him. It's always a special occasion to see him playing. Of course, this is the first time we've played here. He's acknowledged the crowd.